Hello again, everybody. Zacatech is here with my WWE Raw review for this Monday, June 18th, 2018, from the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the second Raw in Michigan this year, and the first Raw in Michigan since that horrible Raw back in March in Detroit. If you don't know how I felt about that show being there live, the review of that show is on this channel. But with that being said, with it being the second Raw in Michigan, and WWE trying to make a good effort to make it up to Michigan for that horrible Raw in March, and coming up a very entertaining Money in the Bank pay-per-view with some good stuff, some clunkers, and some very questionable decisions. Overall, NXT was still better, but it was very entertaining nonetheless. So coming up that, Raw was another okay show. It had some good, it had some bad, it had some ups and downs, smiles and frowns like other Raws in the past few months. But the stuff that was good was really good. Especially in that very first hour where a lot of stuff happened, including Rousey's best segment, not involving Triple H and Stephanie. And see by my subtitle as well, a very interesting and shocking title change. Hey, Ring of Honor could do a title change. Shocking WWE, because Ring of Honor had a title change over the weekend at their house show, the live event in Dallas, with Punishing Martinez winning the TV title. And all that first hour stuff made me say, why wasn't this in Detroit? We got nothing much in Detroit. We didn't get nothing to remember. The only good thing that happened was a Finn Balor-Rollins match. Nothing else happened. Woman didn't wrestle. Elias didn't do shit. Rousey and Lesnar were advertised but never showed up. And Guerrero's got a lot more stuff than we did. So, there's that. Before we go any further on Raw, I want to share some thoughts on the news about NXT today in the UK. They're doing the UK Championship Tournament. They're taping it right now in UK. Today, tomorrow. It'll air next week on the network. I don't know why they're not doing it live, but maybe because it was right after Money in the Bank, so they probably want to edit stuff as well. So that's why probably not having it live. They announced during the first show at Royal Albert Hall that they're doing NXT UK. They're finally giving UK their own weekly show. Finally. It took them a year to finally give them their own weekly show, and now it's going to be NXT UK. Alongside the UK champion Pete Dunne, there'll be a UK tag champ and a UK women's champ. That's awesome. Can't wait to see this. It'll probably be in the network, like the Super Show Showdown in Australia, which will also be in the network. So can't wait to see NXT UK. So happy. They're finally doing UK weekly shows. Been talked for a whole year, and now they're finally executing it. Better late than never. But let's get to Raw tonight. We would start with Kurt Angle in the ring on a little table with the Raw Women's Championship and Money in the Bank, because, of course, we had Raw sweeping Money in the Bank, briefcase matches, and Team Little Big when the Mixed Match Challenge would win both. Of course, Braun is Monster in the Bank. And Little Miss Bliss, she won Money in the Bank last night and cashed in on Nia Jax, making her the third person ever to cash in the Money in the Bank the same night she won it, and the first woman to do so, and first person overall to do it since Dean Ambrose. Of course, she got the belt presentation for Kurt Angle. She demanded this presentation. But Kurt's like, I know you're celebrating Alexa, but I'm thinking like WWE does the day after a pay-per-view. It's on to the next one. On to the next one. On to the thing about Extreme Rules. We got some stuff for Extreme Rules, including finding out that Nia Jax will be using a rematch clause, and she will be once again taking on Alexa Bliss. Hope the match doesn't suck like at Backlash. Well, anything's better than Backlash. Backlash was horrible. Money to Make made up for it. Even if it was a 4-hour show. 5 hours, they got the pre-show. And Bliss is bragging about, having the opportunity to get the briefcase and more opportunity to rub it in everyone's faces. Nice little heel pummel there. And she was going about defeating Nia Jax and basically undoing what they were doing. Nia had a good thing going, defeating Alexa. And like I said, I love Alexa. My review last night said, I love Alexa. She didn't need to win the briefcase. She didn't need to be elevated more. She's already elevated. That briefcase should belong to someone who needs the elevation to help them get out of a slump, or at least give them a push to the main title picture for the women. And Moon should have been elevated by that briefcase. Becky Lynch should have been elevated by that briefcase. There was 3 people did not want to see win. Bliss, Charlotte, or Lana. One of those 3 won. And that's Bliss. I love Bliss, but she's been in the title picture for far too long on Raw. Now she's getting compared. Her booking is now being compared with Roman Reigns' booking, with her being shoved down our throats. And also her booking is now not only being compared to Roman's booking, but also being compared to Triple H's booking during the Reign of Terror, when he was the only World Champion and nobody else doing Raw in 03, in 04, and 05, for the most part. This business talking about screwing over Nia and also attacking Wanda as well. Rousey came down huffing and puffing, and she wanted a piece of Bliss for screwing her over last night and interrupting her opportunity to become Raw Women's Champion. Kurt, her WrestleMania tag partner, was trying to hold her back, but Bliss just kept on talking. This ain't the UFC. I know you were close to beating Nia Jax. I would love to have seen the satisfaction of someone else beating Nia, but I wanted the luxury of beating up Nia. And I didn't want someone else, a newbie like you, get in there, you little overhyped rookie. And then, the best thing of Rousey's won. This is the Rousey we want to see. We don't want to see this smiley, happy Rousey. We want to see the angry, badass, I'm going to beat your ass, bitch, Rousey. We saw that. She just beat the crap out of Bliss, nailed with the briefcase. But the best part of this, as if this segment was already not badass enough, she was being held back by Kurt Angle. She beat up Kurt Angle. Her tag team partner, there was no fucks given. She took him down with a judo throw like she did to Nia. Nailed him with the briefcase. That was awesome. Referees were trying to break it up. She kicked the hell out of referees. She just snapped. She snapped into a Slim Jam. But she snapped nonetheless. I love this. This is the best Nia, like I said in the beginning, best Rousey segment that wasn't involving Stephanie or Triple H during the build to Mania. This is the Rousey we want to see. The badass, no F's given Rousey. Not the smiling, happy Rousey. Well, she wasn't smiling a lot during the match against Nia. She sold pretty well. First singles match, she did great selling, and she has so much potential. And she's a star. And I can only imagine her feud with Bliss. And maybe the reason why we're not going to get Bliss against Rousey instead of Nia against Rousey is because after this segment, this badass segment, Angle would have to retaliate. Because knowing you would have to answer to not just Stephanie McMahon, but also Constantine, not Constantinople Corbin. And have to suspend Rousey for 30 days. So that means she'll be back after Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules is the 15th. And she'll be suspended storyline-wise till July 18th, my dad's birthday. So she'll probably get a shot at SummerSlam. It's a way to ride her out so she can get a shot at SummerSlam. Kind of clever there. And a badass segment. This made Rousey look really good. Like, she already looks good. But this segment was one of the best she was in. I can't say that enough. This is what we want to see. The badass, I'm going to beat you, bitch, Rousey. And even beat up the guys, too. That was cool. And good Angle. I was stunned she did that. I was like, wow. Now on to the next affair involving the Intercontinental Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, in a celebratory mood after defeating Elias in a really good match on Money in the Bank. I love Seth, and I wanted him to be tame. But there was a part of me that wanted to see Elias win. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of people would have loved to have seen Elias win. We would see how Elias would respond later on in the evening. But Seth's like, I'm the fighting champion. Lesnar's a bitch, doesn't show up. So I'm going to defend my title right now. The open challenge is on. So to answer that open challenge, when we heard the music of Dolph Ziggler, and then Drew McIntyre, got me confused. I was like, are we going to get Ziggler against Rollins? Or I would love to have seen McIntyre. He's been really, both these guys have been really booked well since they teamed up together. Kind of an odd team, but I love the way they've been booked as a team. They should be Raw Acting Champions or any champion at all. We're going to see what will go down as Dolph would indeed be the one to accept the challenge against Rollins for IC Championship. Really good match, especially after Rollins had a good one against Elias the night before. Very good hard-hitting action. Of course, everyone went for the kitchen sink. Of course, we saw the famous her. And I love like the super kick thing. Like Rollins was teasing the super kick, and then Rollins would be blocked by Ziggler. And then Ziggler did the whole Sweet Chin Music tease. Then Rollins got back up and just nailed him with a super kick out of nowhere. That was cool. But then some injuries would come back to haunt Rollins. The neck would be targeted, but more importantly, the knee would be targeted in the match as well. Even try to go for a frog splash. But then after that attack, targeting the knee from Ziggler, Rollins to come back with the big moves. Falcon Arrow. He tried for a frog splash. I think he did a frog splash. He was trying numerous times for the stop. He did do a buckle bomb as well. But near towards the match, he was trying to sucker Ziggler in for the victory. Drew McIntyre would, of course, be involved in the finish. As Rollins would try to roll up Ziggler. But then Ziggler got kicked out and almost knocked into McIntyre. And then Rollins would try to roll Ziggler up, holding the tights, the same way he won his match against Elias on Sunday, holding the tights, but then holy backfire, Batman. Ziggler will reverse it. He would have the tights. And the 1, 2. Wow. Dolph Ziggler is the new Intercontinental Champion. Interesting. I even said that I would love to have seen Elias win. Like, he could have been a good guy to end the streak of Rollins, but Rollins is so hot right now. He doesn't need to lose the title. What was I kind of... Well, I'm stunned by this. the shock of events. They shock people by having a shock cash-in on Sunday, and then they have a shocking title change tonight with Ziggler. Let the comparisons to Shawn and Diesel continue. Drew's the Diesel. Dolph's the Shawn. He's IC champion. 25 years later. Been the 25th anniversary of when Shawn found Diesel. And would have him get the IC title back from Marty Jannetty, who he lost on the very first title change in Raw history. So kind of paying homage to Diesel and Michaels. Then we have Diesel and Michaels 2.0. Diesel would help. Diesel and McIntyre would help Michaels Ziggler to become the new IC champion. I think he's like 6-time champion now. I didn't expect him to be IC champion. I would have loved to have seen Drew take the challenge. Like, Drew would have benefited more from being IC champion. He is a former NXT champion after all. But it's cool to see Ziggler win something, especially winning an IC championship. I thought they win the tag titles. But maybe something bigger and better is coming. Maybe the reason why we're going to see a Ziggler IC title one is the eventual split. A lot like these two together, they're going to split. If this is the way to split them up, have McIntyre turn on Ziggler, and he becomes a new IC champion. So that's what I think they're doing it. But we'll see if that plan comes to fruition, as we do get an announcement later on that Rollins has cashed in his rematch clause in San Diego, California next week on Raw to ever not seeing Rey Mysterio. Anyway, booyaka, booyaka. Raw into next affair. Bobby Roode against Kurt Hawkins. Not much to talk about. Squashy. The losing streak continues for Kurt Hawkins. And Roode got some of his heat back from losing at Money in the Bank and suffering a coup de grace from Finn, delivering it from top of a ladder from outside of the ring. So, Roode needs to turn heel. Sound like a broken record? Let's move on to our next segment involving the winner of the Money in the Contract briefcase. Money in the briefcase. Man, JoJo flubbed doing Alexa's cash-in, saying the Money in the Contract briefcase. Or Money in the briefcase contract. Michael Cole got the JoJo flub bug. He flubbed as they were introducing a video segment of Strowman's win, saying, here's how Strowman won the Money in the briefcase contract. And then we would get Mr. Monster in the Bank, Braun Strowman, delivering a poem about getting ready to cash in on Lesnar to let him get these hands. I'm seeing on social media, I'm not the only one making this prediction. I made a bold prediction on my review on Money in the Bank that we're going to see a cash in at SummerSlam. Strowman's going to cash in, especially if we get Roman Lesnar 4. The only positive about the possibility of Roman Lesnar 4, even though Roman Experiment is once again failing, just ask the crowd in Chicago on Sunday doing his match against Jinder. The list of names they chanted was posted. God, it was like 20 names. I I can't name them all. Enzo, Vince McMahon, Velveteen Dream, go down and they did the wave. Anyway, as Strowman was delivering his celebratory promo, he was interrupted by the man he nearly killed on Sunday by pushing him off a ladder onto a table outside of the Titantron area, being Kevin Owens. He was selling the injuries. Whips were taped up, his arms were taped up. And he's like, I'm not here to beat you up or get retaliation, even if I could. And I don't have a best friend who's currently injured from Bobby Lashley. At least we got to see that feud come to an end. And Nia's nursing in Alabama. That's what they say in the storyline injury as well. So Owens is like, I'll be the first guy to say it. Congratulations. You deserve it. Second, you deserve a chance tonight because we got to do the Bliss segment. So, as Owens was trying to shake their hand, shake his hand, shake these hands of Braun Strowman, trying to celebrate him. Owens would almost get sucked into a running power slam, but Owens would roll out of it, despite his injured body. And this would lead later on to a match. Now, at least we didn't get a one-on-one match. We saw that one-on-one match recently. We're going to get a tag match later on. We saw the main event would be Constable Corbin wrestling for the first time since being that Constable, not Constantinople, with Owens against Finn Balor and Monster Bank Braun Strowman. But before we get to that match, we got a tag team match, non-title, involving the Leader of Worlds, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Now, I kind of said, I think I wasn't the only one who thought their tag team title match was going to be at Money in the Bank involving the B team. I don't like looking back on it. A lot of people were telling me it wasn't officially announced. I thought it was officially announced for Money in the Bank. Well, apparently it wasn't. So it didn't get cut. It wasn't even advertised. So I thought it was advertised. I think a lot of people made the same mistake as I did. So I wasn't the only one. But as Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt would be waiting for the match against Heath Slater and Rhino. No custom-made t-shirt from Rhino this week to Slater. We saw a funny promo as the B team was making fun of the Leader of Worlds. The funniest coincidence is seeing the Wolves. Like, it was cool to see Curtis Axel as Matt, but of course, it's irony. And funny irony if you know the story. Like I do, and many others do, that Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are brothers. So I was laughing that perfect that Bo played Bray. If Bo would have played in that segment, Matt Hardy, they would have lost a great opportunity. But they did not. They took the opportunity, and it was a funny video segment. And they're going for the Watch Act titles. They even tried to do the "We're Here" and the thing, and it was kind of funny. We didn't see them come out at all. They should have, but we're going to get that match. Maybe at Extreme Rules. But easy little squash victory for the Leader of Worlds. It was a tag match. And we saw the double team finish and all that. So the Leader of Worlds are looking forward to the inevitable title match against the B team. We thought we were going to get Money in the Bank, but we did not. Maybe the Extreme Rules. And I like the B team, even though maybe one of them's going to get squashed by others. The pain one day once that we realizes, oh, they're on the roster? Get them. Sanity too on SmackDown. Anyway, on to our next affair, our next matchup. Jinder Mahal trying to get his heat back from losing a woman at Money in the Bank. In some news, not in a wheelchair anymore, but still selling his injuries, especially if he gets Superman punched by Reigns during the match. Taking on Chad Gable again. It's not really a feud, but it's like they face up a lot. I love Gable, man. I have the mighty have fallen. If this ain't setting up a American Alpha return, I don't know what they're doing with Gable right now on Raw. At least they're trying to do something with Shelton on SmackDown. Anyway, okay match like usual. They've had matches before, so Gable tries all athletic little moves, his little collegiate wrestling moves, but eventually left it inevitable, being fed to Jinder and being put in the class in the victory for Mr. Maharaja Jinder Mahal, getting back momentum from being the victim of another woman squashing on Sunday. So, there you go. Okay, little match. Let's move on to our next affair, being a tag team match. The Sasha Banks Bayley saga finally got reignited. Like, we kind of pay off 2 months too late. Right before Mania was like a perfectly done story. And then after Mania, there was no really any follow-up. There was a little bit here and there, but tonight we kind of got a follow-up couple. Like I said earlier about the NXT UK thing, the UK finally get their own weekly show a year later than expected. Better late than never, like the whole Sasha Bailey thing. So Bailey got humiliated by the Riot Squad last week, losing to Ruby in a good match, and getting written on in the NWO style with a marker, not spray. And won revenge in the Riot Squad tonight. And she said, despite their differences, she wanted no other partner than Sasha Banks. So we'd see Sarah Logan with new little face paint on her eye, kind of paying homage to her former gimmick in the indie scene, Crazy Mary Dobson, which I saw when I saw Ring of Honor in Kalamazoo a couple years back. Also on this channel, Cheap Luck. And Liv Morgan in this tag match. Good match. Of course, we didn't get too much involved. The new thing is, besides using the marker to write on people, is destroying stuff backstage. Because they're riotous. Yay! Yay, creative. At least they won't dog writing it anyway. Bailey got isolated early by the Riot Squad with double team moves. Logan looking good. But then Bailey would be blind tagged out by Sasha doing double knees, all that great stuff. And there was a couple of miscommunications. As there was a couple of times when Sasha was going to get a tag. Bailey got knocked out. And then Bailey was taken out in the middle of the match, which would lead Sasha to eat the pin from Liv Morgan. And both women were angry at each other for letting each other down the match. And then they have a little scuffle, like they would push each other. It would elevate to a brawl backstage. They kind of had that kind of backstage fight 2 months ago when this story was red hot and they were on every week. And there was like a lot to it. Not as good as that brawl in March, but it was still a good brawl. Are we gonna finally get a payoff? Like I said, 2 months too late, 3 months too late, but better late than never. They're finally gonna pay off. Finally, the Sasha Bailey story. Are we gonna see that Sasha heel turn finally? It's not like a broken record every week when it involves that. It's not like a broken record when it comes to turning Rude heel. See the same thing when it comes to the Sasha Bailey thing, but one of them turning heel, especially more importantly Sasha. So on to another Kurt Angle segment. Later on in the evening, he would be backstage with Constable, not Constantino. I'll stop that. Constable Corbin, having Stephanie on the phone, and with the discussion, Angle would make another announcement. He would come out to announce what would happen to Lesnar's next title defense. And then, right on cue. Cue the booze, cue the music. Roman Reigns sucks. Roman Reigns sucks. Here comes the big dog. Roman Reigns saying, I should be the one to face Lesnar. I beat him in the Royal Rumble match in the cage. Blah, 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 blah. I'm being booked so strongly, but the fans won't accept me. They boo my matches and they troll my matches by chanting people's names, like in Chicago. That's their way of saying, we don't care about you, woman. No matter what you do, your creative booking is horrible. Like I said before, the least ain't being written by Road Dogg. Anywho, you're being interrupted by Bobby Lashley, saying he wants a piece of Lesnar. Now, if he was booked better, and people gave a fuck about him, and creative gave us a reason to give a fuck about Bobby Lashley instead of putting him in a silly-ass feud with Sami Zayn, he was a favorite. He would have been a favorite to face Lesnar next. But his momentum has slipped since he returned because of that stupid Sami feud. But Angle announced that we'll have a multi-man match. No specifics on how many. Maybe a fatal 5-way? And 2 of those men will be Roman and Lashley. I'm guessing the final couple would be maybe Finn Balor, Elias, and KO. We'll see if it's 5 or 6. But, so yeah. Here comes a team that, man, I feel bad for them, man. They have had some bad luck, and they should have been booked better. The Revival coming out, issuing a challenge to Lashley and Reigns, who had a little exchange on the microphone saying that we're going to take advantage of you guys not being able to team up with each other because we are the Revival, the top guys. And as they were talking about that, about getting ready to team up against Lashley and Woman in an impromptu match, say that the team, Woman could have made fun of him by saying yeah, and then saying something that reminded me of a start of a song. He sang part of an opening line to a song. And I heard Woman say, "Shut up already, damn!" The beginning of Prince's House, Craig. Because the beginning of that song goes "Shut up already, damn!" I had to do that. Me being a Prince fan, I had to reference that when I heard Woman say, "Shut up already, damn!" The beginning of House, Craig. And we would get that match. Impromptu, Lashley and Reigns against the Revival. Okay, match. We did see Revival get some offense in after a little miscommunication. But then the inevitable went down. Reigns come back with his big moves of doom, including the Superman punch and spear. But after taking out a member of Revival with his big moves, Bobby Lashley blinded himself in to pick up the pieces with a spear, and he gets the pin. So he let Roman do all the work, and he picked up the pieces and gets the winning pin. So there you go. There's some tension with them, which will play into their multi-man match at Extreme Rules. If you didn't see my Might Have Been review, I am not making an Extreme Rules review. I'll be gone that night at a concert. I probably won't make a SummerSlam review either because I'll be out of town. So there you go. But I still watch Extreme Rules. I'll probably give my thoughts about Extreme Rules during the Raw review the day after. So there's that. Now, going back to teams and people that have been booked horribly. One of the two guys who have not been seen on Raw in weeks, probably relegating in the main event scene on the show, the main event. Not in the main event, like, you know what I meant. The main event, B show, C show, D show. No Jose against Mojo Wally. Speaking of, at least they didn't get trolley chants. They just got the sounds of silence from the Grand Rapids fans because nobody cares because we haven't seen them in weeks. Okay match with some comedy from No Way Jose. With an interesting finish. I thought No Way Jose was going to win this one, but instead going for his big punch, but we caught with a flapjack from. After getting a flapjack, giving Wally a flapjack, a Wally come in with a big move, a big warning punch, and we got a flapjack from Wally, and he got the win. Like I said, very shocking that we would see Mojo win. I thought, like I said, we thought we'd see No Way Jose win. Goodbye, future soon-to-be Animals main roster 2.0. Now, speaking of, at least, it's kind of interesting seeing No Way Jose's booking since he went from NXT main roster. But there was one guy who has made a great transition from NXT to main roster. He was horrible in NXT, but great in the main roster, especially against his match against Seth Rollins last night. Elias. At least he did more than when he did in Detroit. He just came out of Detroit and just said nothing. He didn't sing or anything. But that's all he did was sing. His hair, and I liked this Elias. It was kind of a solemn Elias. He was hoping to come out in Grand Rapids and celebrate his victory. But not only was his precious guitar destroyed last week, but he lost to Seth, like I mentioned. And I loved it. His hair wasn't tied up. You know, I think it was all straightened down too. It wasn't curly. It was all. I loved this looking Elias. He just sang a song. He didn't say. He just sang a song. It was a pretty good song. I'm just calling it "What Would Elias Do?" WWE Do. That should be a T-shirt. He does have a new shirt. I saw that he was wearing a new shirt. I don't know what I think it says Elias, but I didn't see the whole design. I just saw partial of the design when he was wearing it. Well, it probably looks cool if I see that on the shop right now and see if they have posted it yet. They probably haven't. They probably haven't posted a new Elias shirt yet. Oh, it's a tank top. Okay. It's not a t-shirt. It's a tank top that says Elias. But it's a cool tank top. Well, it is hot. It was 90 degrees here in Michigan today. Probably a lot hotter or maybe equal in Grand Rapids. So I like the song. It's about losing to Rollins. About Rollins having to cheat to win. And then getting his one-uppings, losing early in the night, like I mentioned, to Dolph Ziggler. Making fun of Grand Rapids. And that was it. We didn't see the last wrestle, but at least hey, he had a good song. So there you go. Now on to our main event tag team match involving Constable Corbin, who actually wrestled in his suit. Corporate Kane 2.0, teaming up with Kevin Owens against Braun Strowman and Finn Balor. Not one of the best main events, but it was an okay main event. Of course, KO would take advantage and isolate Finn in the corner. Some double team with Corbin as well. And like I said, he wrestled in his suit. I was like, is he really going to wrestle in that? And he did. Like I said, many people comparing him to Corporate Kane wearing a suit to wrestle. So, Corbin can make his big moves. Of course, Strowman would get the hot tag and just destroy everybody on the outside. But his tag was on the outside would cost him. When Owens lured him in to get a tag spot in the match that was decent, was like I said, Owens was chasing Strowman on the outside. He got sucked into a jump move from the apron to the outside from Corbin. And it would suck him in. And then near towards the end, the legal man was Corbin and Finn. They were brawling it out in the ring. When the Owens-Strowman story continues, Strowman was not finished with you, Owens! And speared Owens, actually should have tackled Owens over the barricade. Both guys would be out. Finn would come in with the sling blade and was going for the coup de grace. But the Corbin would get back up, suck him in, deliver the end of days. And yes, people, we saw a 1-2-3 victory for Constable Corbin, getting the win in a tag team match. Interesting to see, not only see Finn lose, at least he ate the pin instead of Strowman, but also seeing Corbin win. And Owens win too. But is this the trend of Money in the Bank winners? They keep losing before they cash in. That's why I'm going to call Carmella. Like, she lost a lot of matches before she cashed in. And even though Strowman was not pinned, he still lost. And he just won Money in the Bank the night before. So, there you go. Okay, main event. Diesel main event here. Interesting finish with Constable Corbin winning for his team. So, there's that. And that's my thoughts on Raw. Thank you so much for watching. You've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later. Bye-bye.